Alright, hello and welcome. I want to make sure all of this is operational, so that also means, oh yeah, I also want to get a robotic network over here. So I think that's the first thing I'm going to set up. Where should I begin it? Over here, probably? So I'm going to need one here, probably. Let's see how that's coverage so far. Let's put another one here. It's not quite. Okay. Okay. Let's add one to... This is a okay spot, but it's not connected to the other ones, so... Right there. Right now I mostly want... I do want some in the way of logistics, but I mostly want construction coverage. Put one there, that's fine. Put one down here because I have that there anyways. Right there. And we'll stick one right here. Okay, it's pretty decent. We might need a few more, but we'll grab that in a moment. So, start. This is gonna need this. But this doesn't need any of that, so we're gonna move over here for a while. Okay. Let's move you over here. And let's start by it like this. Let's set up the pipe work first. And then we're gonna need we need electrolyte and all of this stuff. Yeah, okay. So right now electrolyte goes to right here. Is that electrolyte? Yes it is. Okay. We're gonna do this, 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 and this. I think, gosh, right about here seems fine. Yeah, let's start with there. You're gonna need blue chips. Also need superconductors. Okay. This is gonna be a little easier because we're gonna do this. Actually, let's... Yeah, so we're gonna go like this, 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 and this. So the one thing they share is superconductors. Okay, so let's up this way. We're also gonna put I think we're also gonna put the capacitors on there. Okay. So we're gonna do this and this. Okay, and then where's my little... There it is. Just so I know where to put stuff. We want here... You? Not enough platform hub stages. Okay, let's see what's the issue here. Okay, so something has to... Hold on, pause. What can I get rid of? Why are you... Oh. Because you're grabbing the novice science while you got it. Okay, so... You are taking from Vulcanus and taking it to novice, so we're going to have you drop all the uranium. We don't need red. Okay. Let's see if that's better. Does that leave enough space on you? Maybe. Okay. You are superconductors. Alright. One of these is capacitors, the other is conductors. Okay. You also need at a slow pace blue chips. Okay. And you need at... Okay, so you need plastic and holmium as well. And you just need blue chips. Plastic is at a high enough variance that I want it on the inside. Okay. Can I replace that with red? Yes. Okay. So that's going to be plastic. Plastic and holmium probably. Because we also need that here, right? Yes. Okay. So we're going to do this like this. That'll help with that. Okay. Actually, hold on a second. I need to get it over here and over here. so what I need to do is... blue chips. And at this point... hold on, that's not the side I wanted on. I want... because you're going to place on the far side. Yes, okay. I'm going to turn you in and you in. You here, you here. So you're going to output here. Here. Oh, not you. You here. So you're going to output and put it on you. Okay, so... okay, so we know we want this here. Right here. Okay, so you are not covered. I might need more or better coverage here. Like, you can go here. Same with you. Okay, so that's the coverage so far. Okay. So we need to have you pull from the far belt. Yep, hold on. Let's get rid of all the... We're going to figure out power last, so I know where all the inserters are. Okay, so we need you here and here. You also need from this center line. I can trim that up. Okay, you need from the far line? Yes. And the close line. Okay. So you're outputting, you're gonna bring in 3.33. You need a bulk on the interior lines. Just try and get these as close as we can. You also need blue chips from the far line. So let's tighten these up. Here. Just to make sure. This tight right here. With all of this going on, we have this right here. Can we go from here up to here? We can. Okay. So we probably want one here, here, here. Here, 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 here. And then here. Okay. Now, can't put... Okay, we're going to use efficiency modules then. I think 2 with nothing else gets it down to the minimum, right? Yes, okay. We can put this technically 2 further out. Right here is actually a good spot. Then we bring this here. then we're going to bring the passive chests. And how many stacks of this do I want? Rocket stack size of 5. What is the demands I have on the other planets? So your demand is 1 stack, okay. And then we don't have Glebus set up yet, so your demand is also 1 stack. Okay. I'm gonna set stack size of 3 on that. Oh, I can check all the stuff here. Right. Let's turn you off. So import. So you are not requesting any of the turrets. Okay. You are requesting 5 stacks of the turrets. Okay. In that case, I think I want 10 stacks of the turrets. Now we will also need where is it? Drawing a blank. There it is. Okay. I put you here. I'm also going to put you right here. I'm also going to need to request some logistic drones to bring in here. Okay, and then we're also going to put it right here. We're gonna have you from local logistics network. Okay, that should be fine. Then we're going to take this. I'm going to copy from here to right about here. Go right about here. Okay, so that's fine. So we want that. Okay. Now let's hook up this stuff. So blue. So plastic is easy. Plastic is right here. Let's give it a nice buffer. What else is plastic being used for? Let's make sure. Plastic goes here, up to here. Okay. Let's have let's prioritize the main line. Okay. Now we need superconductors and you. Okay, so let's bring doesn't matter if these flip. No. Okay. I don't think it matters if it flips because it's on the interior for both of them. Yes. Okay. Okay, so we also need to get these ones over here in. Right here. Okay. Go right here. Okay, we're having a power problem over here. Was it that slight shift? Yes, I think I need slightly more. Okay, let's go over here. Okay, let's see how that works out for us. So, right, I was connecting this. Okay, I need to get holmium and blue chips over here. Holmium should be easy enough. Okay, let's get this one. And then we flatlined again. Okay. So now blue chips. So blue chips going up through here, not being used for anything else except for rockets. Okay. That's easy enough then. Okay, we're not producing enough. Okay, I do want you to output priority this way because that's needed for science. Yes. But we could add more of those. Okay. So if we go from here to here. Yes. Okay. Want to do this. I'm out on me. Okay. That's fine. Let's go get some more stuff. Ooh. How's power over on this side? It's okay. Grab me one more stack of those as well. None in logistics storage, okay? Okay, we aren't making construction bots. Alright. Okay, let's see how power is over here at the moment. So, are we still flatlining? 13,000? We're very close to flatlining still. Okay. Okay. I think it's actively trying to drain at the moment. Yeah. Okay, we'll come check on that in a little bit. Ooh, now we're not getting enough light oil, or... Well, I don't have my main production for light oil being connected, do I? Yep, I ended up disconnecting it. Okay, hold on a second. I can fix this by over here. There goes the power. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, so where are... There they are. Ruins. Now you can start sending stuff to space when it's needed. Now you need plastic and you need capacitors. Okay. So this is fairly simple, I think. So we're gonna go... If I go here and I take this off, that's still connected. Excellent. If I go here and go from here down to here. Okay, so that's gonna be fairly straightforward. Okay. We are gonna cut this. Okay, that's not connected to power anymore. Let's do that. Okay. Now we're gonna take you, hold on. We're gonna just take all of these, line them up with this one here at the bottom, give it 2 spaces worth. Okay, so we also need some more protection. Okay. So you, right here and here. On the way through, you connect, okay. Up through the center, all the way up to here. This is slow enough to where I can just do this. Nope, please get it all. Okay. And then we're gonna put you here. Put you here. Now they stack to 100. Capacity is 1 stack. Okay. We are hold on, I imagine Vulcanus. 5 stacks. Oop, turn that off. And Novice. 5 stacks as well. Excellent. Okay. Just as general idea, I should probably have you in here. Pretty consistent, but it's not enough. Okay. So. And then we want a stack of about 500. Okay. Oh, and okay, let's look anywhere that needs more efficiency modules. You know what? You're not using anything, so efficiency modules here. And efficiency modules in all of you. You're not using a ton of power, but I'll save where I can. Okay. You as well. And then I've already got you set up for everything. Yep. You are set up. Okay. And we're flatlined again. Okay. I have beacons somewhere? Where do I have beacons? Not down here. No, not over here. Oh, I have beacons here. You know what? Even if it's getting a little bit of extra use out of them might be good. Not quite. I can't quite reach it from this side. I can reach these ones. Although I'm not, you know, you're not actually useful because I already have you at minimum. You're at minimum. Okay. Probably not saving that much. Okay, it's starting to drain right now. Okay, so it flatlines. It doesn't take long for the storm to come back, so we're pretty close. There we go. Okay, let me go grab. Should have some more right here. Yep. In fact, I should probably turn that into a passive. Okay, so alright, let's check on the other planets. So Novice is still being Novice. Everything is running as expected. Trains aren't stuck anywhere. You're waiting at export. Okay, you're heading. And is it stuck? You look like you might be stuck. Right when I decide to look at it. You're waiting, you're heading, and now you're moving, and now you're moving. Okay. Slight delays, but that's working. For now, just nightmare rails here. Stone, plenty of copper. Oil, where's my oil field? Oil looks fine. These starter patches are still holding on. Copper, iron, plenty of uranium. Definitely do some cleanup here. I think a novice can hold for a little bit. I think it's a Vulcanist that really needs my attention. Oh yeah. Anything that needs metal science, not at this time, but we are so close to needing it. So I need to clear this space and then start exploring for more. Sulfuric. There's calcite, plenty of calcite. Okay. You're not outputting anything anymore, so we're gonna move you down. Okay, so oh, coal. Yeah, you need the attention. You need a lot of cleaning up. Because we don't need all this stuff for science production anymore since I've decided against that, so that also means we can focus you entirely on production of the stuff we are exporting. And whatever you need for locals. Yeah. Clean up quite a bit of stuff. Alright. Oh yeah. We have this being made. Are you output or are you just... Okay, so you're... demanding uranium, but we need a ship that goes directly from Novice. Okay. Yeah, that's what we need. So I don't want one of these. I want this one, I think. So add new platform, Novice. Originating from Novice. We're going to call this... Is that wrong? You know what? Go with Curie. Okay. We're going to copy from the Tiamat and change some of this stuff around. Yeah. Wait for that. Okay. Come on, go away. Oh, come on. Alright. Oh, now you'll let me look. Okay. You. Here. Great. We're gonna close that, close that, and that. We'll leave that. We want you to focus on the import. Okay. not going to have you do that just yet. We're going to have you auto-request missing supplies first. You're going to start at novice. You're not going to unload here. We're going to wait for... How do I have some of these others set up? So we have Karen. You're a science runner. Okay. Pluto. You're a science runner. Prometheus? Okay, you're handling Vulcanus imports? And Fulgoran imports. Okay. And you're just set on inactivity at the moment. Okay. And ammo count. It's good to know. South Fuji is set up. So you're going back and forth between Vulcanus and Fulgora. Okay. Vulcanus and Fulgora. Fuji, you do not need uranium. Okay, you're powered not by uranium. Okay. Vulcanus and Novice. Okay. So that can go. Okay. Everything else is fine. Pompeii. Tiamat. Science Runner. Experiment is also... No, this is going Vulcanus to Novice, taking Novice supplies. Okay. So Curie... You're only going to be taking this. Okay. So, inactivity... 6 seconds. There is... How is it set up? Is it a circuit condition or circuit? Okay. So once it's there, there will be a circuit condition for yellow ammo. I want greater than or equal to 750. Go Vulcanus, we unload here. Same condition. Okay. Oh, it looks like you already brought up it all. So, okay. We're also going to demand the transport supply then. And then we'll come check on you in a little bit. So, how are we looking here? A little better. Starting to drop. Okay, we're making all the ammo. We're making guns. We don't have enough electrolyte solution, it looks like. That is made over here. What do you need? Are you just slow? Looks like you're just going slow. Oh, down here needs electrolyte. Solution, okay. First of all, you're in the wrong spot. You're in the wrong spot. You go here. You go here. You're in the wrong spot. Okay, that should help a little bit. it's almost there. That's a little tight on power, but we're almost there. So I'm going to switch this to a passive. So that can be a thing. And then I'm going to go over here. You. Okay, so well, that's doing its thing. It's gonna take a while for you to request everything. I think because Novice is very starved. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're going as fast as you can. But it looks like we're not producing enough steel. And it also looks like we're not producing enough productivity processing units. Right, we have baseline productivity now, so that's nice. But it could be faster, looks like. Looks like there's a shortage of copper. Yeah, it looks like copper is being an issue here. Although it's producing red chips. Okay. It goes all the way up to here. All the way back through here. And then you're struggling to output. Okay, you're struggling to output. You getting everything you need. It looks like it. It's just very slow. Okay, so what about red chips? Red chips go up through here. They go through here based on F equals W. So if this is working, it'll let red chips through. Same with this spot. Okay, so when this works, it lets them through. And you go through here to produce. Where are you going? Okay. Okay. You know, I want you to prioritize the stuff on the right. Stuff that's being made over here first. It looks like you have enough materials for it, you're just slow. Yeah, very slow it looks like. Okay. Kind of. Looks like green chips are a little slow over on this side. You're struggling to get enough copper wire in. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, and there's copper on the low end over here, which is low over here, just because these are slow. Well, we can update that at least. So we'll let that do that thing. Otherwise, yeah, it's very slow, so blue chip eventually stacks up. It looks like this right here is the slowest portion. Your base productivity is 50%. That's fine. I think I have enough to where I'm just gonna, no, not that, speed. Yeah, speed. So we're gonna go, let's do this and hope for the best. Need a lot of reworking over on you. So the question is, can I produce enough steel? So let's go along where steel is being made. This is how steel is being made at the moment. I don't like that. Let's grab some foundries. So if I do this, I want to first turn, do this. It's going to give me that. And then we're going to cast it directly into steel. So if I do that and that, so how fast was that? It's producing 5 steel a second. And this, producing 20. Okay. It's going at 30 until, yeah, so 30. So we need to produce approximately another 10. Okay. This produces a little more. Okay. And 7.5. I think I want at least one more here. Put one speed module in here. Okay, let's see what this works out to. Works out to the extra 10 I'm looking for. Okay. We need a little bit more. Let's put that there. Let's put that there. Oh, let's put that there as well. Let's just wait a moment. How are things over here? More stable. That's nice. This is backing up pretty nicely. So for the electrolyte solution, okay. Do we have plenty of, oh, we have plenty of holmium solution. That's nice. Okay. So we could make more of this. We have plenty of stone. Stone is not an issue. Well, maybe it's an issue. That's surprising. Back to novice. Okay. Okay, so we are producing an extra 32 we don't need. Honestly, with how awful this is, we could have this be prioritized, so I could run at least one more, maybe? No. Let's, what do I want to cut? Speed or productivity. Let's cut the speed. Okay, and then we're gonna do this. No, I think this is probably the way to... Hold on, I think the way to do this is actually this. Do this. And then we're going to have you input prioritize from the right side. Okay, let's see. Oh, what's going on here? Pompeii. Okay, Pompeii, what's the problem? Drop. God, if I didn't have all this damn space science. Or because it's trying to get something delivered. Okay, which is a problem. So, is there room to just add an extra hub to Pompeii? Hold on. Oh, not really. Well, there's kind of, oh no. Okay, so what can I send down? Send all the space science down for starters. You know, this is the generic novice imports. This space science is what's causing the issue. Send the space science down. I counted this and forgot that space science. And it imports from novice. I don't want it to import on... I don't want novice to send it up to this. Yeah. Maybe I need to separate the imports. Maybe I should take the science import off of novice because I have generics. I have the generic science, right? Yes. Yes, so yeah, we have generic science, so we could get rid of sciences from the generic imports. Okay, let's take a look. So if I go to novice, or it's actually another option. We're gonna make a different one here. So we're gonna make novice. Where is this science icon? I know there's a beacon. There's it is. Science import. We're gonna take this off, and this off. We are going to request you. 2000. We're gonna request you. 2000. Okay, so now the generic imports aren't there anymore. Okay. So now they're just on the science import. And then we're going to rename this. We're going to add a new icon for this. What would be a good icon for this? I mean, I could use this as a generic import icon. So we'll go like this. Generic import down to planet, hopefully. Hopefully that is what I want. Okay. Back over to here. So, a slight deficit. And then here we can just put slight speed ups in all of them. Okay, how's Fulgora power looking? A better headway, that's good. Those are all in, excellent. Okay, very slight surplus. I can work with that. So, we're going to bring... Great, so we need... Well, that's fine, so... Put this here. This here, we're going to grab a requester. Put it here. Calcite. Even this is slow. It's 12 units? Okay. It also uses way less iron than all of this, because I think this uses a ton of iron. This uses 67 iron to keep at full capacity. Yeah, we gotta go and redo some stuff up here. Okay, so I should have, okay, we have an issue on Baramund this time, which is probably the space science again. There is so much calcite available on the planet. Oh my goodness. Why is... Okay, hold on. Okay, where is all this calcite? Oh my god, it's in storage everywhere. Tons of storage over here. It's in every box. There's just a ton of it. you. Well, we're going to limit you, first of all. We don't need any more of that in the system. And then I have these two just set up to constantly send it. Okay, there's just a ton of it. Okay. So that should help out with that. So we have 12 there plus all of this. 31.99. This should produce enough. Shoot, I could replicate this pretty easily and add more. Okay. So from here to here. Put this right here. Yeah, because then that'll take 24 and output most of it. Okay, so over here we have the issue of, I think electrolyte's still the issue. Okay, how much? Now that we're over here, we can just do all of this. We don't have enough rocket fuel. That's only a slight deficit. It's probably fine. Yeah, we definitely have a deficit on holmium. Okay, so we have a really big deficit on the electrolyte solution. Okay. So, first of all, let's get some more of that set up. Just to help cover. And then since this prioritizes that, should I could potentially add more scrap processing, couldn't I? I could extend this outwards. You know, hold on a second. I think if I'm going to do that, I'm going to do it from here. I'm going to grab all of this, put it right here. Yes, right here, so I can do a bunch of weird stuff. So we're going to do this. Okay. Let's get the far side. Because there's a certain point where you can't go any further. Okay. Okay, so We're gonna have a potential lot of issues here as I do this. So what's the best? I think the best way would be to cut over here first. So let's do that. Yeah, let's cut at each of these points. So we're gonna cut here. Cut all of this section right here. Okay, so we also need... We're also going to need all of this. Okay, so we're going to cut this to here. Okay, now we're going to hook it back up. Okay, so that sets that up. So we're going to grab this and we're going to put this right here. Because I have at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This is going to take a while to clear out. Yeah, it takes a really long time to clear out. So, what I can do is grab from here. Grab from here. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do it here. Hold on. Here. I don't think this is a good idea, but it's an idea. We're going to go here, here, here. Okay. That splits the burden a little bit. Actually, goodness gracious, that is a terrible idea. Because I want to expand it, so I need this stuff to go out further. Okay, let's cut the stuff we can right now. So we'll cut you. And we'll cut you. So what I want to do is actually right about here. Yeah. So let's cut you. And you. And we'll put this back in. Okay. We're going to cut all of this out. Okay. So what I want is for you to be right about here. Okay. And then what I'm going to want to do is it's lined up with this chunk line. Okay. You are going to go that way. All right. Now, we're also going to, I think, cut you and you. Okay. So we do need a new okay. So we're also going to need to cut all of you. So we're going to have a copy from here to here, I think. We can fit one. Okay, so we can fit another one here and another one here. Right? Oh, that is the farthest I can get you. Okay, so put you here. Put you here. So that's where it turns, and that's about as far as I can go. Okay, so we're gonna go from here down. Okay, and go from here. We're gonna cut you, you, and we're gonna go from here to here. Ooh, okay. One less. Here to here. So put this here and this here. Okay. So over here... So I would also like you to prioritize the input from the main line. Yes. Okay, so it had to be one less. So I'm assuming one less again here. Maybe I can get a little more. So why couldn't I get... Ah, okay, anyways. Put you here, put you here. Now here you can't. I'm gonna put you here. Okay, so let's see how that novice area is looking now. Perfect, there's enough steel at least. Steel comes all the way over here. There's plenty of steel going through. Okay. Plenty of... Looks like this is the issue now. Okay. Which is having issue because of... Prioritize outputting that way for a while. And then there's plastic. Okay, we'll look at plastic in a moment. So is Curie ready? It has that. It has this. It has... It's building up ammo. Okay. Alright, you are taking that, so we can start you right here. Alright. Once you have enough ammo, you will go. Excellent. Novice. Okay. So plastic. Plastic being used for science and okay. Oop, right here. 60, 60, 60. Okay. So we want to go back along this route. See where else you're splitting up. Okay, you're sending an amount this way, and you're sending an amount this way. Okay. So you are producing not quite 60. Not quite. And you are getting all your petroleum from this block. Oh, actually, it looks like you're all connected. Oh, you are connected to a lot of stuff. Okay. We're not going to calculate if you're getting enough petroleum right now. Just... Does this ever say you're running out of petroleum? It's all constantly working. That's what it looks like. Okay. So we're going to go here. Place every other one. Speed 3. And see what happens. Speaking of what's happening, how's power looking here? surprisingly low. We'll have to fix that. Everything's plugged in. How's it looking now? Producing 67.97. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out and put you in. We're waiting on. Oh, we have quite a low amount of efficiency module 2s we haven't produced over here. I should have enough. What about over here? I should have enough. Why is it? Well, that's Fabora. Silly me. Okay, does it look like there's any hiccups as all this condenses down? No. We are definitely not producing enough. I think there's something I want to consider. So let's try it over. Where's somewhere that tends to get a lot? We have a lot of green chips. Okay, let's try it over here first. Let's grab you. You can fit nice and snugly right about here. So if I do this, put this here, put that there, that's going to start churning through some of that. But is it fast enough? It doesn't look like it, and it's only using one side of the belt now. Okay. Okay. So that's problem one. So that's not going to do what I want it to do. Let's connect you back up. A lot of plastic and copper, and we have all this nonsense, and this is backed up. It doesn't look like it's using enough. Maybe I should replace these with 3s or beacons to speed it up, or... Good question would be, are these... The variable speeds, of course, hurt. I could probably cut the speed out of here. With how backed up we are, we don't need speed. Okay, do I throw extra? Productivity is fine. We could probably cut the productivity as well. What? Yeah, we can cut the productivity as well. Save that little bit of extra power. Okay. Okay, so now that slows that down. This is now producing 160, which doesn't need a 4, so that's less than the capacity here. Okay. Maybe this will clear slightly faster now. Maybe. But I do just need more. Let's consider this. If I were to do... 1, 2, 3... Okay, so that would be just do a pass through of like this. And then do this back into here. I need more of these, which I have a couple. Not a lot of them. So if I pass one through here, and then send it back in, okay? So let's give it some space. How much space do I have? Not a lot. Unless I start up here. Let's start up here. We're gonna go right about here. 1, 2. Okay. Not where I want. How much space do I have? I have space over here for it. If I then... I've got space over here for it. Hold on. First of all, let's cut this. Yeah, I've got space over here, so... Grab all that, grab all that. All of that can go. Let's figure out a spot where I can send it back easily. Now we will need a... So we're going to assume this here. So, yeah, because there's enough room to get all of this here, so... Okay. Okay, so send that over there. Now for... Ooh, very good. Okay. Now we want approximately 4 of these setups. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't have any others. I don't. I'm gonna go get... Pompeii is having issues again. Okay. What's the issue now, Pompeii? You have 200 of those, 200 of those, 2,000 of those. You don't have enough space for calcite? Because you need to accept calcite and then drop it. Yeah, everything's fine. I think calcite has a rocket capacity of 500, which is 10 stacks, but that shouldn't be... How many stacks are available? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's a slight issue. I'm going to change this. 1,500. Okay. Now, I need to go get supplies. Yeah, being damaged. Do I have repair kits that I'm pulling in? No, apparently not. I do need repair kits. Keep. A stack on me, please. Okay. Alright. Once entity is destroyed, unfortunate. Okay. Novice, how are you looking? Plastic is made all the way over here. Okay. You're not producing plastic anymore. Not enough, anyway. 49. Okay. Looks like we couldn't save power, so we're going to speed you back up. Did I have a 1 in there or a 2 before? I'll figure it out. Let's see. I have everything. We don't have enough bulk inserters or recyclers. Okay. Let's see why that... Hold on a second. I do not need 100 recyclers on me, please. Make that 2 stacks. So that's problem 1. What else am I missing? Bulk inserters? Okay. We just have you producing recyclers very slowly. You need concrete. There is no concrete in the storage. Let's figure this out. Concrete and storage. So that comes off of you, which has no buffer. Because you don't back up, because you go this way and you're just... What are you attached to? You're just attached to that? Okay. That doesn't matter anymore. Grab it. You go. You do not activate unless any item is greater than 200. Yes, okay. So, but I want 2,000. Add an extra 0 there. Okay. I'm going to save the game and take a break. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.